Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another video. After a lot of research, we came up with 5 of the best blue chip companies who are trading almost its 52 weeks low. So the companies in our list are taken from the mid cap and the small cap industry. Plus all the companies whom we are going to talk about in this video were the best companies in their own sectors, which may be almost 36% low from its all-time high. So let's start the video. So the first company in our list is Motilal Oswal Finance Limited. So the current price of the company is almost around 670 rupees. The all-time high was around 1014 rupees, where the low was 653 rupees. The company has given almost 28% negative returns to its shareholders in the last 1 year. Now let's have a look on the fundamental key highlights of the company. So you can just have a look, but I will just give you the quick view about this fundamental key highlights. So the PE of the company was around 9.16. The ROC, which is return on capital employed, is 19%. The EPS, which is earning per share, is 73 rupees. The book value is 404 rupees, and the ROE, which is return on equity, is 25.8%. The promoters holding is almost around 70%. So this was the overall fundamental details about the company, whereas the 5-year sales was around 17.4%. The returns for 5 years was negative 12.3%. The ROE for 5 years is 21.7%, and the 5 years profit is 28.2%. Now let's have a look on the pros and cons of the company. We are not doing any fundamental analysis of this company, of any of the companies which are there in the today's list, but yes, we will have a quick view about the companies who are trading almost its 52 weeks low. So in pros, company has delivered a good profit growth of 28.2 CAGR over the last 5 years. The company has maintained a healthy dividend payout of 18.5%, and the company sales growth in last 10 years was around 18.5%. Whereas in cons, the company has a contingent liability of almost around 4,000 crores. The second company in our list is Voltas Ltd, which is one of the part of Tata Group. So the current price of the company is almost around 850 rupees. The all-time high of around 1350 rupees, where the low was 803 rupees. The company has given almost around 31% negative returns to its shareholders in the last 1 year. Now let's have a look on the fundamental key highlights of the company. So we have a quick view about the PE of the company was around 160. The ROC is around 13%. The EPS, which is earning per share, is 11.5 rupees. The ROE is around 9.6%. The promoters holding is less than 50%, which is 30.3%. The current price we have already discussed about this is 850 rupees, whereas 5-year sales was around 5.6%. The 5 years return is 6.8%. The 5 years ROE is 12.3%, and the 5 years profit is negative 0.5%. So let's have a look on the pros and cons of this company. So in pros, the company is almost debt free. The company has maintained a healthy dividend payout of 31.1%. Whereas in cons, the company has a poor delivered sales growth in the last 5 years, which is almost around 5.6%. The company has a low ROE of around 11.2% in the last 3 years. So the third company in our list is Indigo Paints Limited. So the current price of the company was around 1330 rupees, all-time high of around 2250 rupees, and the low was 1313 rupees. In just 1 year, the company has given to its shareholders negative 36% returns, which is very bad. So now let's have a look on the fundamental key highlights of the company. So the PE of the company was 55. The ROC is around 18.7%. The ROE is around 14%. The promoters holding is around 54%. Whereas the 5-year sales is around 25.7%. The 5 years ROE is around 16.6%. And the 5 years profit was around almost 50%. So this was the fundamental key highlights of the company. Now let's have a look on the pros and cons of the company. So in pros, the company is almost debt free. The company has delivered a good profit growth of around 48.8% CAGR in the last 5 years. And in cons, the stock is almost trading around 10 times its book value, which is very high. And now our fourth company in our list is Aurobindo Pharma Ltd. So the current price of the company was around 463 rupees, where the all-time high was around 742 and the low was 455 rupees. The company has delivered almost around negative 30% returns to its shareholders in the last 1 year. So now let's have a look on the fundamental key highlights of the company. So the PE of the company was around 12. The ROC is around 13%. The ROE was around 11.7%. The EPS, which is earning per share, is 36 rupees. The promoters holding was around 52%. The dividend yield is around 1.94%. The face value is 1 rupees, whereas the 5-year sales was almost 10%. The 5 years return was around negative 7%. The ROE for 5 years was around 17%, and the profit for 5 years is around 3.4%. Now let's have a look on the pros and cons of the company. So in pros, The stock is almost trading 1 time its book value, so you are getting it on a really nice discount. Whereas in cons, the company has delivered a poor sales growth of around 10% in the last 5 years. The dividend payout has been seen low in the last 3 years, which is around 10.2% of its profit. So the last company in our list is Natco Pharma Ltd. So the current price of the company was around 582 rupees, whereas the all-time high was around 945 rupees and the low was 545 rupees. The company has given almost around negative 30.43% returns to its shareholders in the last 1 year. So now let's have a quick view on the fundamental key highlights of the company. So the PE of the company was around 26, the ROCE was around 3.9%, the EPS is around 22.3 rupees, the book value is around 250 rupees, the ROE, which is return on equity, was around 3.28%, the promoters holding was around 48.8%, the dividend yield is around 0.78%. Whereas the 5-year sales was around negative 0.76%, the 5 years return was around negative 9.04%, the ROE for 5 years was around 13.3%, whereas the 5 years profit was around negative 22.3%. So now let's have a look on the pros and cons account of the company. So in pros, the company is almost reduced debt, the company is almost debt free. The company expected to give good quarterly results. The company has also maintained a healthy dividend payout of 32.2%. Whereas in cons, the company has delivered a poor sales growth of around negative 0.76% in the last 5 years. The company has a low ROE, which is return on equity of around 8.5% in the last 3 years. So this is the overall view about the companies. So now my own summaries about the company. So here is the all the list of the companies with 52-week lows. So these are the summaries, and if you have missed any of the company's name, so you can watch it here. So now my own view about this all the company. So I personally think that Motilal Oswal and Indigo would do better returns and can give better returns to its shareholders because they are fundamentally strong as compared to the other brands. Whereas in Voltas, the promoters holding was very less. The Aurobindo and Natco was almost around in medical sector, so it's very hard to tell you about that particular sector. So in my personal view, Motilal Oswal and Indigo Paints will provide you the greater returns according to me. So I'm personally adding these companies on my watch list and watching the best time when to buy these companies on a really nice discount, which is already in discount but on a really nice discount. So thank you so much for spending some time with us. We will back with another topic. Till then, bye and have a nice day. Bye bye.